getting revenge against her husband who cheated on her by becoming a vampire and living forever despite him. I love that story. Okay, it's just about time that I hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Like, Anne Rice is that horse. She is a vampire horse. Hey y'all, welcome to a new video. I'm so excited to share all of the most recent book purchases that I've made with you today. There's a lot. Like, actually, let me show you this list right here. And by list, I mean stack, because look at those two stacks right there. I have a lot to share with you today because I have a couple buy one get one 50% off sales from Barnes & Noble, a couple of like extra members reward sales from Barnes & Noble. I went to a really cute used bookstore in Wildwood, New Jersey, where I went for vacation last week and bought 10 books there because it was buy 10 books, get 20% off. What else do I have? I have a couple of signed books to share with you guys. Oh, did I grab everything? So that's something else. There are probably books on these bookshelves here that I have not shared with you in a video of some way. So I'm sure I'm missing some. I just kind of pulled them off the bookshelf. I felt like I hadn't shown in front of a camera. So let's just start. Okay, so these are all going to be like really random. Okay, let's just start from the top. This is Behooved from M. Stevenson. A charming slow burn fantasy featuring a duty-bound noblewoman with a chronic illness, a prince who would rather be in a library than on a throne, and a magical ride through a world of cozy enchantment. I am not a big cozy fantasy person. I don't feel like I'm gonna love this, but I would love to be surprised. Like, I would love to be surprised. I bought this as part of the buy one get one 50% off simply because I get the feeling it has something to do with unicorns, and unicorns, I've said this on this channel once, I will say it again, unicorns are an extremely untapped potential in the fantasy world, and I would love to consume more books about unicorns. Next, I have The Romance Rivalry. This is from Susan Lee. This might be a YA book, I'm not for sure. Irene Park loves romance novels, so much so she's made a career of them as an online book reviewer with a massive following. But Irene's real life dating story, non-existent. So when she starts her freshman year of college, okay, so this is adult. So when she starts her freshman year of college, she sets her sights on finding true love using the one thing she really understands, romance book tropes. Oh, that's cute. Enter Aiden Gion, Irene's online book review rival and ultimate nemesis. So it's an enemies to lovers. He's also a book reviewer. They're both book babies. I feel like this one's gonna be a nice bit of spice, in my opinion. Listen, if he reads books, if he reads fiction books, like, he's gonna know a thing or two, and I love that for her. Okay, so this was part of the buy one get one 50% off like romance sale. I had to cop the Ali Hazelwood books I don't own. I love this one. I actually just recently, hold on. I literally finished Problematic Summer Romance yesterday from Ali Hazelwood. That is book 2 in this series. So his little sister, this is her book, okay? And there's so many characters in this timeline of stories. I feel like she's going to continue the series, like her best friend Nyoka, however you say her name. I'm sure she's gonna get a book. So I read this one from the library, absolutely loved it. I bought this one for a beach read. It was okay. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I had a great time, and just Ali Hazelwood, like, she just fucking knows. She just knows how to write a romance book, and she does it so well. I've never read this one. Love Theoretically, I've never read. I just found out that The Love Hypothesis is being made into a movie starring Lily Reinhart. I'm so excited for that one. When I went to Barnes & Noble yesterday, I went there with the sole purpose of buying 2 books that we'll get to in a second and The Love Hypothesis because I need to own it and add it to my collection, especially since the movie's coming out. Does anyone want to give a quick commotion for the Hello Kitty My Hero t-shirt that I copped at a vintage thrift store in Wildwood? Because I would love it if you could give that some noise. I'm so happy I found it. Okay, next we got Crueler Mercies from Marin Chase. I wasn't sure about this one. It's a very heavy book. It feels like it's very dense, but guess what? On the back there is an Ava Reid blurb, so I was sold. After 9 years as the people's beloved princess in the sun-soaked kingdom of Karka, Vita witnesses the execution of her mother by her father's hand. Forced into exile, Vita fades into obscurity with her only friends, the crows that visit her window. Cute. 11 years later, Vita is given a choice: marry an enemy general, granting him legitimacy to take the throne, or die as the forgotten princess. With time running out, Vita meets Celine, an intriguing lady-in-waiting who introduces her to the powerful but unstable magic of alchemy. It's gay? I didn't even know. Oh, I'm so much more excited now to read that. That sounds like a fantasy book up my alley with like the whole like exiled princess, alchemy. Oh, I love that. Next, I got Scarlet from Genevieve Cogman. This was one that my boyfriend just randomly pulled out. He was like, you should buy this book. And so I bought it. It says, France, 1973, revolutionaries want blood, but vampires bite back. So vampires within the French Revolution. Yes, sign me up. It was an easy buy for sure. Next, I got Gilded from Marissa Meyer. Marissa Meyer is my girl. Okay, she retells fantasy stories, she retells fairy tales, and she's so good at it. This, I believe, is going to be a retelling of like Rumpelstiltskin. And I love the story of Rumpelstiltskin. Like, I really do love that story. I recently read, not recently, but like within the last year, I read The Savage and the Swan from Ella Fields. That has a little bit of a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. I also read Spinning Silver from Naomi Novik, which I believe has its, like, it's kind of its own mythology, but I did get like Rumpelstiltskin kind of vibes from it, and I really do love that. Okay, there's an ancient curse. We have a lot of secrets. We have our main character who has developed a tale for spinning stories. I'm excited to get into this. Marissa Meyer, like, she has never once missed for me a day in her life. And I actually went to the bookstore with the intention of buying Heartless from Marissa Meyer because I love that book and I want to add it to my library. But instead I got Gilded because I haven't read it yet. I don't know where that logic went, but that was the logic I had at the moment in the bookstore. Okay, next we have In the Veins of the Drowning from Kaylee Cassidy. So there is an Instagram bookstagram influencer that I follow named Robin. And I think that her ad is It's Literary Robin. I believe that's it. She has been raving about this book for months, and I trust her. Pretty much everything that she reads that she likes, I end up liking it, so I really do trust her judgment. I don't actually know what this is about, so let's read the back together. It says, Imogen Nell is in hiding. Hiding from a cruel kingdom that believes sirens are monstrous, blood-hungry creatures. Hiding from a king and his captain who viciously hunt her kind. Hiding from her own alluring abilities. By keeping herself from the sea, Imogen's bloodlust is dulled, and her black wings remain concealed beneath her skin. So it's like a mermaid, it's like a siren book. I love that. When a neighboring king comes to visit, Imogen can no longer hide. He knows precisely what she is, and he believes she can save their kingdoms from an even greater monster. But Imogen's power threatens to violently reveal itself, and the two form a blood bond that protects them both. They flee together, traversing waters teeming with the undead. As the lines between duty to their people and desire for each other begin to blur, Imogen worries her ancestral powers may not be enough to kill what hunts her. The only way to defeat a monster may be to become one herself. Sign me up. Okay, I got The Bell Jar from Sylvia Plath. I've never read it. I'm too scared to read it, but I will read it because it's a classic, and like, how can I claim myself to be a feminist if I've never read Sylvia Plath? Kind of crazy. I can't think about Sylvia Plath without getting emotional. She was a woman, that is for sure. She was one of the greats. Okay, so next I got Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil from V.E. Schwab. This is a signed edition. Guess where I got this? I got this at Costco. Since when did Costco have books? And especially since when did they have signed editions of books? It was crazy. I was like, what? Do y'all know about this? There's a signed V.E. Schwab in Costco right now, so I don't know what this is about. I'm not even the biggest V.E. Schwab fan, like, I won't lie. Almost all of her books I read, they were either fine or I didn't like them, but it was a signed copy for $18. Like, I wasn't gonna pass up on that. Let's find out what it's about. Oh, it's another multi-generational, multi-dimension, like different time period kind of book. Okay, so it looks like this is about 3 different women. One of them is from 1532. One of them is from 1827 in London. The other is from 2019 in Boston. It says the story is about hunger. The story is about love. The story is about rage. This is a story about life, how it ends and how it starts. Sounds like a V.E. Schwab book, honestly. Okay, and next I got The Starving Saints from Caitlin Starling. I have been dying to read this, and I got it from the library. Like, I got it from the Libby app, but then I didn't read it in time and my hold lapsed, and I was going to renew it, but then I thought, you know what, I'm actually gonna go to the bookstore today, so maybe I'll just buy it and then I can read it on my own time. I know I'm gonna love this. I know that this will not be a buy that I will regret. But I remember reading about it, it is like a medieval horror. It's set in this castle, and from what I remember, I believe what happens is there's something going on outside the castle that the people inside the castle can't, like, they're not allowed to be privy to it, okay? Like, maybe it's like death or some kind of plague. Like, there's something that's keeping them in the castle, right? So they're in the castle, they're running out of food, they're running out of amenities, like they are like, it's getting bad for them in the castle. Well, then these saints show up and they're basically like, hi, we're God. Aren't you so glad that we saved you? We're here to make things better for you now. But there are some people in the castle, probably our main character here, who doesn't trust them, who doesn't believe them. Like, how can you just show up here and say that you're God? Like, that's not really how it works. And also, what if I don't believe you? Then what happens to me? I hear there are cannibalism traits in this book, and that alone kind of sold me because I don't read enough cannibalism books, and I'm really excited to get into it. I also think this cover just fucks, like it fucks so hard. Okay, and then I got So Thirsty from Rachel Harrison. I got this one because it was another signed edition. What is it with me in signed editions? Like, I can't say no to a signed edition. Let me show you the signature. She said, cheers. I didn't show you the signature in the V.E. Schwab books. Let me do that real quick for you too. She just signed this little page right there. I mean, it's a Costco book. I don't know what I expected. Okay, so all I know is that it's a vampire novel. Let's find out together what this is about. Salone Parker is dreading her birthday. She doesn't need a reminder she's getting older or that she's feeling indifferent about her own life. Her husband surprises her with a birthday weekend getaway, not with him, but with Salone's longtime best friend, troublemaker extraordinaire Naomi. Salone anticipates a weekend of wine tastings and cozy robes and strategic avoidance of issues she'd rather not confront, such as her husband's repeated infidelity. Ew. But when they arrive at the rental cottage, it becomes clear Naomi has something else in mind. She wants Salone to stop letting things happen to her, for Salone to really live. So Naomi orchestrates a wild night out with a group of mysterious strangers, only for it to take a horrifying turn that changes Salone's and Naomi's lives literally forever, so they become vampires. The friends are forced to come to terms with some pretty eternal consequences in this bloody, seductive novel about how it's never too late to find satisfaction, even though it might taste different than expected. I love that, okay? Getting revenge against her husband who cheated on her by becoming a vampire and living forever despite him. I love that story. Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna really like it. It's not a very big book, which I like a short story. I love a concise story. I also really love a long story, so I don't know why I said that because I just like reading. I just like everything, but it is a signed edition as well, so I had to get that one. I think next I will get into all the books that I got from the thrift store. Not the thrift store, it was just like a used bookstore. And then to end it, I will go over the tiny little haul that I got from Barnes & Noble yesterday because I'm super excited about those books. So again, this was a used bookstore off the shore on the beaches of New Jersey. And so these are used copies. They have writing in them, they have bent covers, and that has never bothered me or stopped me from reading or buying a book that I wanted to buy. So I got V.C. Andrews' Flowers in the Attic and Petals on the Wind. I believe that's book 1 and 2 in this series. I know that this is a classic. I don't really know what it's about. I believe it's like maybe her mom's evil, maybe the siblings are a little incestuous. I'm not for sure. I know that they live in the attic, like there's some abuse going on there. So I'm excited to get into it. It's a thick one. It's a thickums for sure. I've never read a V.C. Andrews, but I know she's iconic and I'm excited to get into her stories, honestly. And speaking of that, I did purchase this one as well. So this is V.C. Andrews called Falling Stars. It's part of the Shooting Stars series. Look at this cover. I feel like I remember a time in my life where I've seen covers like this before, and it's so cool. Like, it's so cute and so clever. Turns out this is like the 4th book in this series. I think it's like about these 4 friends, like, or these 5 friends, but I don't know if you can read it as a standalone. I gotta do some research into the Shooting Stars series from V.C. Andrews and see if I actually need to just like read the first 4 before I read this one. Probably should, since it's like the last one, I believe. Oh my gosh, it literally says the final novel in the thrilling Shooting Stars series. Like, I can't read, clearly. Okay, so I got that. Then I got Romeo and Juliet from William Shakespeare. I love this cover so much. It's just the play, okay? I don't own a copy of Romeo and Juliet, so it's about time. I got this book, The Mark of Merlin, from Anne McGaffrey. Okay, I love the cover. Cover eats. Listen to this. Carla Murdoch's nervousness about going to live with her guardian in his lonely New England home seems to be justified when she meets him for the first time. Major Regent Layard is a strange and bitter man. Once handsome, half of his face is now disfigured by a recent war wound. And strange occurrences add to Carla's uneasiness, forcing her to believe that her officer father was not killed in battle, but murdered. and that now her own life must be in danger. I believe that this was in the thriller section, and I just think that it just looks cool. Like, it looks like a good beach read. It says, was he her protector, her lover, or her deadly enemy? So we got a little enemies to lovers going on there. I'm hype. The Storm and the Sword from Jean Lancourt says, from the days of knights in armor, the powerful epic of a woman's love and a man's quest for honor and glory. That's kind of my favorite fantasy trope to read about, is like princes and princesses, knights in shining armor, like dragons, castles, swords. Like, that's my kind of fantasy. Like, I love fae, I love vampires, werewolves are fine, but like when it comes to like what do I really want to read, I always want to be reading about a princess or a prince and like a sword or a dragon in some way. This rich epic saga tells of the men and women who lived in the high Middle Ages, recreating the loves, the violence, the beliefs, and forbidden desires of an extraordinary era of human history. Here are the highs and the lows, the mighty and the poor, from the rulers of the lush, rich province of Aquitaine to the paupers and beggars who haunted the countrysides, pleading for scraps of food. From the rigid traditions of the castles to the free, romantic life of traveling troubadours, from the privacy of a maiden's bedchamber to the bloody battlefields where the crusaders met their foes, the age of chivalry is richly drawn and vividly brought to life in these pages. What else could I ask for, truly? So I got, ooh, okay, so there are books over there that I have not shown you because I recently bought a set of Isabel Allende books on eBay. She is this prolific Chilean author that I want to read her books, and I actually started The House of the Spirit, something like that, and immediately I was hooked. Immediately I was like, I need this book physically, honestly, because I was reading it on my Kindle and I just wanted to read it physically. So I bought it physically along with a set of her other books, but this was one of the books that's been on my TBR forever, and it was not in that list. It was at this bookstore. So this is called My Invented Country. It's a memoir of like her time living in Chile, and I'm so excited to dive into it. I will save this one probably for last. Like, I will read her fiction books first, at least The House of Spirits, before I get into this one. Okay, so I got Interview with a Vampire from Anne Rice. This was 20% off because it was a new book, so I got it for hella cheap. I put their little bookmark in it, super cute. The bookstore, it was called Hooked on Books, by the way. If you're ever in Wildwood in New Jersey, go visit that bookstore. It was super cool. I've seen this movie. I never watched the show. I've never read the books, but I do want to get into my Anne Rice era. She's written so many vampire books, and it's just about time that I hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Like, Anne Rice is that horse. She is a vampire horse, and she writes books, so many good books about vampires that are just like, have been well known for generations, and it's about time I learned a thing or two from her. I got The Portrait of a Lady from Henry James. Look at this cover. Absolutely love it. This is a heavy book. Like, this could smack someone really bad. I don't know why my mind went there, but I watched this movie during my Watch a Criterion Collection with Me Nicole Kidman edition video, and she was in this movie, The Portrait of a Lady, also starring John Malkovich as the most scary character of all time, and I really loved the story. I love the twist at the end. It is super captivating, and I really want to see how the book holds up because I loved the movie, so it would be really cool if the book was even better. Okay, next I got A Midsummer Night's Dream from William Shakespeare. Forgot his name for a second. It's the same publishing company who did this one. What are they called? Does it say here? Signet Classic. I just really like how these books look. They look so cool. I've never read either of them, but he's like, you gotta own a couple of William Shakespeare if you plan on having a library. I got this Katharine Hepburn memoir from Barbara Leeming. This has been on my TBR for a long time. I'm a huge fan of Katharine Hepburn. Okay, she is like the Hollywood actress of all time. Like, I know I say that from time to time talking about other people, like you could say Nicole Kidman is the Hollywood actress of all time, but really, truthfully, deep in the hardest of hearts, like, we all know it's Katharine Hepburn at the end of the day, right? Like, Meryl Streep, maybe a close second. Katharine Hepburn has had that spot for years, and I'm so excited to get into this and read more about her life, and I hope it's a really well-written memoir. I know that she has plenty more written about her. I'm really glad I own this book. Like, honestly, I can't wait to read it. I don't get excited about nonfiction. I don't get excited about a lot of memoirs, but this one definitely, I'm excited to pick it up and start reading it. Okay, so we are in the final two books that I got from the little bookstore there. I got a hardcover of A Raisin in the Sun. Guys, they also had a paperback, but I saw this hardcover. I was like, you're coming home with me. It's so cute. It's literally so cute. Like, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean when I say, like, this is so cute? Like, it's a hardcover, it's small and it's tiny, and it's like the paperback version looks exactly like this, but this is hardback. Like, that's so cool. I don't know, I kind of geeked out when I saw it. I love the play Raisin in the Sun. It has like a very monumental impact on me. It still impacts me to this day anytime I read it or think about it. The movie is great as well. And then I also got David Copperfield from Charles Dickens. It was cheap. I don't know what this story is, and it's just a classic that I felt like I should have. It's got some pictures in it. So that was it for the little used bookstore haul. Yesterday I went to Barnes & Noble, not to pick up a used book, but to pick up 2 brand new books that I'm so excited about. I picked up 3. I ended up picking up 3. Let me show you this one first. I got Children of Blood and Bone. I have not read this book, but I've heard that it is an excellent, excellent YA story, like one of the best YA stories of the decade, and I'm really excited to read it and know what it's about. They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us. Now we rise. So it's a revenge tale, and I love that. Okay, guys. Exposing myself. What am I doing on this channel if not exposing myself? I got the 2 Dramini traditionally published books, and I'm so excited to read them, you guys. So The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy is based off of Draco Malfoy and the mortifying ordeal of falling in love. I'm currently reading this one right now. I got like 30% into it while on vacation. Absolutely loved it. I absolutely love it so much, and I'm so excited to get back into it. I heard that so it says book 1. I believe that it's a duology, so there will be a second book in this series. From what I know, and granted I have not read this version of the book, but based on the fan fiction, we have our main character, who at one point was Hermione, and she has come into the knowledge of a really secret, top secret, high profile experiment that she's doing, and who once was Draco Malfoy is an Auror now, which are kind of like, I guess you could say, the police of the wizarding world in some way, like the lawmakers, the law keepers of the wizarding world. And he has been assigned to protect Hermione because what she has discovered is so like big and monumental, and she needs this extra protection. So he's just kind of like following her around and slowly falling in love with her along the way. So I absolutely love it. So that's what I expect out of this book. It has a beautiful Fairy Loot edition, which I need my hands on. I need it so bad. I need that Fairy Loot so bad. Okay, and then we have Rose in Chains from Julie Soto. Beautiful cover. This is like a sprayed edges version as well. Is there anything on the inside? No pictures or anything like that. So this one's a little darker. Okay, this one I believe is going to be a trilogy. There are going to be 3 books in this series. I'm literally about to finish the auction. So that's what this book is based off of, is the auction. I'm literally like 90% of the way through it. Like, I'm gonna end this video and go finish reading it because that's how close I am to it. So what has happened in this one? According to the fan fiction, okay, I don't know how things are going to be changed in this book, and I'm super excited to see what she ends up doing. Voldemort has won. Harry is dead. The Death Eaters have taken over, and they decided as a way to like celebrate is that they are going to create an auction where they will auction off members of the Order, okay, the good guys from Harry Potter, all the girls, all the guys, to be used as slaves, servants, fighters in arenas, or as lots. And lots are basically, like, I don't know how to say this delicately at all, but they are just women that are to be used for these Death Eaters purposes. I'm sure you can absolutely understand where I'm getting at with that. So she has been bought, she isn't Hermione, she's been bought at the auction from Draco Malfoy for the most, like 65,000 galleons or something like that. Like, she was the most expensive lot, okay? And he paid that much to make sure that the big baddie didn't buy her because he doesn't want her to be assaulted, okay? So she goes to live in Malfoy Manor. She, with the help of Draco, has just like uncovered all of these antidotes, all of these ways to free these women, to free these servants, to free the slaves, like to free everyone who has been under Voldemort's thumb since he won the war. And so I'm literally at the end of the book, guys. Like, I'm literally at the end of the book, and it's good. It's definitely really good. It's very angsty and very like depressing to get through, but I have enjoyed my time so far. And this one's thick. This one's thick. So I know that she's already cut it up into 3 books. It's gonna be huge. So yeah, okay, these were the 2 Dramini, traditionally published Dramini books that I had to cop yesterday because If you want to know one thing about me, it's that I am a Hermione fan. I have been since I was a teenager, and it's unfortunately only gotten stronger as an adult. But yeah, that was my book haul. Let me show you my stack over here now that it's been moved to another area. Look at all these books that I have to put away. Like, where are they gonna fit? Sincerely, where are they gonna fit? Somebody answer me this question. Alright y'all, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are a returning subscriber or a returning viewer clicking on another video of mine, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for continuing to support me by watching my videos and hopefully enjoying them. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing so you don't miss any book or movie content that I make in the future. I'm super excited to get into next month and get back into my monthly wrap-ups of everything that I watched the month previous or everything that I read the month previous. If you like this video, give it a like. All of my social media is in the description box below, so follow me there. You can catch up and see what I'm reading in real time or what I'm watching in real time, or just like follow me on Instagram. I don't know, look at the cute outfits I'm wearing or something. Alright guys, I will see you in the next one. Mwah! Bye!